So in previous session, we have seen how we are able to make a API call to Veriphone, and depending on the phone number what we enter, we are getting the response. Now what we will do? So now let's integrate that API call with my flow. So when I'm saying I want to, let's consider I have this account record. Okay. So now, see this API call you can do either from trigger flow, record trigger flow, or you can do with the screen flow. For example, I'll give a action item here and I'll click a button that will show me the trigger action and success or failure I'll see. Okay. If I want to build a screen flow, and with that screen flow, I want to invoke my API call to Veriphone, and Veriphone will give the response, and that response I will set here. So when I said that, it means what I'm going to do. So I am going to initiate a flow from my account record. So where I have my account phone, this phone number will be validated. For example, if you see the details right now, if you see this is the phone number, this phone is valid or not, we will verify. So how I will do? So I am going to do 3 items on this session. So first thing I will tell, so I am going to have a button, I'm going to have an action on this account, okay, where I am going to invoke a flow, 2 part. So my action button I'll create, where I'll click on this drop down, where I'll get one actions, and on click of that actions, my flow will be initiate, and from flow I will make my invocation to my Apex class which we have. Okay, and when I want to make any Apex class as invocable class, so that I have to make as invocable method. So we'll see how all these things are going to happen. So if you see, we are done with this Apex part, the API call which I have shown you in previous session, and here you have a field. So this field I am going to validate. So depending on what phone number we have, this phone number is valid or not will show here. So that initiation I'll do with flow. Okay, and even if you want, if you do not want to use flow, you can write in normal Apex trigger, that also you can do. Okay, but I want to show how am I going to initiate a API call from the flow. That's why I'm going to here. So here I'm going to create a screen flow, and that screen flow will be initiated from this action, and that will invoke my Apex class. So that is my whole target in this session. So let's see how am I going to do it. So now, first part, if I go to my developer console to show you the class what I have right now, let me open it. Okay, let me close it. So I'll just show you which API class we have invoked, and the log you can see we have executed. So this is my API what I had, API call. You can see this, which we did in previous session. Now I want to make a invocable method which can be accessible in my flow, so that from that method I'll make call to this API class. So to do that, I'm going to create a new Apex class here. So simply I can say name as phone verification API controller, for example, or you can say API invoker, anything you can say. Let's I click on OK. This is the class I'm creating. So whenever you want to make any class, or you can say any method to be accessible in the flow, what is the main thing we want to do? So that talks about how you can make a Apex method as an invocable method in my flow. So to understand that, what I'm going to do, let me draw a small piece of code here. So there is one annotation which we call invocable method. So in the class, if you have any invocable method annotation, so that method can be exposed or can be used in the flow. So to do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one method here. Okay, let's see. I have a method called as public list. For now, I'm writing void. I'll explain what I want to do. Let's see. I get the name as verify phone number. Okay. So here I am going to pass my parameter. So see, if I pass my string parameter, let's see string mobile number. Okay. So now if I save, that's class we can save visually. You can see I'm able to save it. Okay. Sorry, let's remove this public void verify phone number. This is one of the method I have. So now I want this method to be exposed to the flow. So when I want to expose anything flow, so that method should be invocable method, which I have covered in my flow tutorial. You can see. So here what I'm going to do here, I'm going to initiate this method to be invocable method. So simply I'm using my annotation have what I discussed, my annotation @invocable method. Okay. Simply I can write @invocable method. Okay, so here I can pass some attribute. Let's see, I can give the label of this method as, for example, I can say verify mobile number. Okay, and let's see, I can put some description also. These are optional. If you want, you can put. If you do not want, also you can leave it. So max API call to phone verification API to understand what is this method is. Okay. So now the moment I make this other invocable method, let's see if I try to save, what is going to happen. So now you can see invocable method must be declared as static first thing. So it should be my static method. Okay. Then in the invocable method, if you see here, then I have another error. Invocable method must be list type. I cannot pass a single string. So simply I can say parameter as list of string. So let's see, instead of mobile number, I'm saying okay, mobile numbers. Okay, so let me save it. So that's fine right now. Okay, so now the no false property label defined on these annotations. Okay, I have a spelling mistake, small spelling mistake here label. So that also we can set. Okay, you can see all the error. I fixed all the error what we have here. Okay, so now my class got set. So now I want the response what I'm going to get. I want to return it. Let's see how I'm going to do it. So now I want to make a call to this method. Okay, phone verification API. API I want to make a call. So phone verification API have a static method which called invoke veriphone API. I want to make a call to this, and this is right now taking a single mobile number as an input. As I've released, what I'm doing here, I just do the indexing here. Mobile numbers of 0. Okay, so I do. When I do this one, what is going to happen? I'm going to get a response as phone response. So I can say that simply I can say this is going to return me phone verification API dot phone response. Let's I say mobile number response as my parameter here. Okay, so I want to return this to my invocable method. Like I want to return the this mobile number what I passed is valid or not. So now I can check here. Okay, so valid, true or false. That's I want to check, and that valid information so we used to get. There is a field called phone valid. Okay, I want to return that. So I'm going to get one response, which is nothing but mobile response dot phone valid. It's a boolean type. Okay, so now that means I will think to return this boolean type. If I try to return this single boolean type simply like this, true or false, then I can change this word to boolean. Okay, the moment I am going to change this word to boolean, what is going to happen again? So if you see, so let me change it. Well, if I save it, you see what error I'm getting. Illegal conversion, invocable method does not support type of boolean. So that also I'm going to return as a list type. So if you don't know about invocable method, let me show you quickly about invocable method. If you search here, invocable method, Salesforce, just for your knowledge, I'm showing you invocable method, nothing but annotations. When you want to make any Apex method to be exposed to process or process builder or flow, we can make that as a invocable method. Okay, to identify the method that can be run as invocable actions. And when you do that, see, you can pass some parameters or you can say modifiers, label, description, that going to make call out or not, what category it is. Okay, in the configuration editor, you can say. And the invocable method must be static, public, global, and its class must be an outer class. Okay, and only one method in a class can have the invocable method annotations. Other annotation cannot be used with invocable method annotations. The concept. And as input, what we can take? A list of primitive type, list of subject type, list of generic object type. If you see, that means my input can be a list type. And same way, the return type can be also list of primitive, list of subject, list of generic subject, list of user defined type. That's why I'm giving here list of Boolean type. When I say list, that means what I'm going to do here? I'm going to return a list value, but my phone valid is just a single Boolean value. So I'm going to create a new list of Boolean type, okay, and I'm going to add this value as one data. So I saved it. So my first part done. I have created one invocable method which going to make a call to my API, and from there I'm going to get the result. Okay. So what is my next activity I want to do? So now I want to create one flow using my flow builder to see how my flow is going to work right now on the account record. So that I'm saying I'm going to build a screen flow. So if I go to my account, let me close my other tabs. Okay, so I want to create a action where I will initiate my flow. So to do that, I'm going to create one flow. So so you can see like all the details of the flow I have covered in previous sessions. Okay, like in my flow builder sessions, if you go here to create a flow, simply search flow here. You can get something called flow build under the process automation. So you can see something called flows. So there are different kind of flow we can build. Out of that, we can build screen flow, auto launch flow, record trigger flow, platform flow. And to create a flow, you click on this new flow button. Now, once you click in this new flow, it asks what type of flow you want to initiate. Okay, I want to create a screen flow. From the record action, I will initiate it. If you want to make it as a record trigger flow, you can do that also. Let me do this screen flow. Okay, so I simply click on this screen flow, or if you want to make auto launch flow, that also you can do. Launches when invoked by Apex versus REST API, everything. But I want to show in the screen the number is success or failure. So I'm just going to this screen flow. But how you want, you can do it. Okay, so I click on this screen flow. I click next. Okay, I'm just going to keep this as a free form. How you want, you can do it. So now let me explain what I want to do here. So now I want to, there is an account record. From the account record, I am going to click a button or actions which will initiate my screen flow. Okay. Now in the screen flow, I will take for which account record I have initiated this flow. I will get that account. Let me write in the side so that I can discuss in detail. So what I am going to do, I am going to start with get my current account record what we have. I want to get my mobile phone number what we have. So I'll get the account. Then that phone number what we have in the account record, I'll pass that to my invocable Apex method. Then I will get the result. Okay. If result is true or false, that depending on that, I will do assignment of my checkbox what I have. Then I'll show the screen as success, or if result is false, then I will show it as invalid number. So this is my complete logic what I want to build. Let's see how am I going to do it. So now this is a screen flow. Now in the screen flow, what do we want to do? I want to get current account for which I need to initiate my flow. So now I want to get my record. Simply I can drag it and I can put here. Okay. So I can say get current account record. So there is a data element called get record which I can use. So if you want, you can keep some descriptions. For now, what I'm going to do, I'm doing get record on which object I want to do in my account object. Okay, do I have any conditions? Yes, I have my conditions. So based on what I want to match the current record ID what we have, only I want to get that record details. So I want to match with my ID. In account, I have account ID. If it's matching with what? Matching with my current record ID. For getting my current record ID, what I want to do, I'm going to create a new resource. Okay. Of type what? Of variable. API name simply give as record ID. How I write it? How am I writing? Write this way. This will give you the current, the flow initiated from which record, that record ID you will get it. Okay. Data type what? The data type I'm keeping a text. Okay. So in a default value one, no, I want this as input value. Yes, this is a available for input value. Okay. I click on done. Okay, this is my condition what I have right now. So I want only the one record, that only the first record what I match. Yeah, and I want automatically let, if you want automatically let the Salesforce will give the which field, we can set this. If you want specifically to select some field, that also you can do. I'm going with the default option, click the done. So now if you see one part done to get my current account. Okay, so once I get my current account, what I will do next? The next I am going to invoke my Apex by passing the phone number. Then I'm getting the result of that. So to do that, what I do? I want to invoke my Apex. So now for that, so now if you see, I have something called action element here. Simply I can drag this action element. I can keep here. Okay, let's change the filter by type, and you can see Apex actions. Now if you see here, I have one phone verification API controller, which I have verified mobile number. What is this? If you see my place, I have a class called phone verification API controller, where I have an invocable method with label as verify mobile number. That am I getting here? Yes, I am getting here. I am selecting that. Okay, so here I can define some input, some label and API name. Okay, let's consider I am going to give the label name as invoke phone verification API. Okay, and description if you want you can give. Now you can see there is something called mobile numbers. So in this class I have mobile numbers as one input parameter. So I have to pass value to that. What I will pass? Yes, I want to include input value. So from where I'll get this input value? I will get from my previous get account, the account what I have. If you see, I have one account I have received from the get current account, or you can say get record in data what I have used. From there I want to get phone number. If I see here account from get current account, that have a phone number field. You can see account phone. I want that. Simply I'm selecting it. Let me remove this diagram now. I hope you understood this. See what I'm going to do it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, I got okay get current account record phone. So now if you see this advanced part, what options we have? So now when I make a call, I'll get some response. So where do I want to store that response? Let's manually, I want to assign that variable. The output what I'm going to get, I want to store somewhere. So for that, for example, I'm going to create one response, or you can say new resource of what type? Of variable type. Let's simply I can say phone verification response is my name. Okay, data type what going to be there? Data type going to be boolean. Okay, so you want to make available for output, is this is the output value. Do you want to set some default value? I do not want to set any default value. Simply I click on the done. Okay, this is one part done. Now everything go as default options, click on done. So now if you see what going to happen, so I'm starting my screen flow. I'm going to set my get record. Okay, then I have a Apex action. You can see here, once I get the record, then I'm going to set what action I want to execute. And once my action done, then what next I want to do? I want to see response is success or failure, like it's a valid phone number or invalid phone number, that I am going to get in my field called as phone valid, correct? So this is nothing but boolean type, true or false. Then I have to decide if it's true, then I'll go and update it. If it's not true, I will I'll just make if it's invalid, then I'll make it as update to false. Which one I'll update? This field. If it's success, then if it's true, then this value will be checked. If not success, this value will be unchecked. Okay. So what I'll do in that part, and then I'll show a screen where we can see the response, like it's invalid response or valid phone number response. Okay. Now I am going to put a decision here. So it's success or failure. So see, I am going to take a decision box here. So simply, like the name what you want, you can give. Okay, for your understanding, I am going to give a decision box. Validated phone number. Okay, this is my API name. If you want, you can keep some description. And in the output level, I'm going to keep, okay, the first output is, let's say, valid phone number. Okay, so now what I do here, when I set valid phone number, how I'll check in the previous output what we have, that if you see Apex action what we invoke, that response I stored in phone verification response. Okay, if it's equals true, you can see here, then I will understand this is my valid phone number. Okay, this is one part. Okay, and if I want to see, okay, invalid phone number, I can say this is my invalid phone number. And here I can say my ratio is going to be phone response equals false. Okay, this is two things I have set. And let me click on the done. This is my decision. So depending on the response what I'm going to get from my Apex, now the decision will be taken. This is a valid number or not. Let me connect these two. Just for understanding, I'm going to connect this right now. You can arrange how you want. So now I have a decision to make this true or false. Okay. So now if it's true, then what I'll do? Then I will show a screen and I'll do the update. Okay. So simply based on decision, I'm going to mark it. Okay. So what I do here, I want to do a assignment. Simply I take here. Okay. Let's see. I can say update phone valid. So here I can select the variable name. So what I want to select, in which variable I want to assign, I can say the account what we have. In that I have a field called phone valid, and I want to set this as true because I have checked this is a true responses. So instead of getting the response, simply I can select it as true. So how you want, you can take, or simply you can say instead of constant true, if you want, you can get this response also what we created, phone verification response. Okay, then I can click done. Okay, so here I said my assignments, my values got assigned. Now what I can do, let me connect these two. Okay, now to go to the update phone valid element, which conditions must be met? So it's a valid condition or invalid condition. It's a valid condition. Let me set as done. Okay, one part. So you can optimize if you want any other ways, you can optimize also. So I'm just going to make a simple one in each branch so that you'll understand. Same way, I want to add one more assignment. This is also one assignment you can do, but to show you how the branching going, I'm showing in the two part. Simply I'm saying invalid mobile number. Okay, so here I want to set in current account record what phone I have. Else I want to set it as the response what I'm going to get here. Anyhow, it will be false what I'm going to show you. Or instead of this, I can simply set it as constant false, so that you can understand. I can set constant value, or I can set the response what I'm going to get from my Apex invocation. Okay, so I can invoke these two also now. This is going to come for my invalid phone number. Done. Okay, let me size it. It looks good. Okay, this is two part done right now. So once I do the assignment, then what I'll do? Then I will do the update. What update? My account record should be updated. Okay, so now I'm going to do a update record here. Okay, so I can say update account record with phone valid field. Okay, so now when I'm updating, how I'll update? I have to update the current account what we have. So for that, what I'm going to do, now you can say which record I want to update. I have a record already in my account from get account record. Okay, I want to update that. Simply I can select, I can click on done. Okay, now you can see I'm going to do update on this part. I can connect this to now. Okay, now once update happen, I want to show a screen so where I can say, okay, it's a successful update. So I'm dragging my screen component here, and here I can put my display text. Okay, so here in the display text, I can say phone number is valid. If you want to get the phone number, you can see I have account. From here also you can type what is the account phone. So I can say the phone number what we have is valid number. And let's consider I want to put this in the green color, for example. I'm just selecting some dummy colors. Okay, so as you want, you can set it. Let's see here. I'm going to select done. Okay, done. Okay, and if you want to increase the size, let I increase the size here, and I want to keep this as bold also. Okay, let me click on the okay, let me define my API name of this valid number message. Okay, and I have a flow label. That's I don't want to show the header. I remove it. Okay, and here I'm going to show label as valid number screen. Okay, I want to, this is my last screen, so I want to navigation control to show only the finish part. Okay, let me see this display text. This is API name, so I do not give the space. I can click on the done. This is my screen. Okay, after update, I am going to show this connection. Okay, and if it's invalid, for now I'm not going to do anything is for invalid numbers. Okay, or if you want for invalid number, if you want to update, what I can do, again I can do update record here, for example, or I can just change. I want to use the same update, so simply I can do one more screen to show the message, then I'll update it. No, I can do one thing. So from here, let me put my update record separately. If invalid, if I want to do any other actions, I can do it also. But I can say update invalid phone number account. Okay, what I want to update my account from this, click on the done. So let me make a connection here, and from here I want to have a screen to show the error message. So that I can do from here. Simply I can say flow as invalid message screen, and I don't want to show the header. I want to show only the next finish, and I want to put a display message. Simply I can drag here, and display message I can say it's a invalid phone number display, and I want to say phone number. Which phone number I can get from my account? I can say this is my phone number is not valid. And let's say I want to keep this as 16 and bold, and the color I want to change to red, something the red. Done. Okay, let me click done. Okay, now let me connect these two also. This is my one of the screen flow what we have list. Okay, like you can customize how you want. I want to explain easily. So I just add the flow. I get the current account using my get record data. Then we invoke the Apex method to invoke my API. Then you see I have taken decision to show success message or to show the error message. Okay, after you do, just click on the save. Let I give the save name as flow name as account number phone validation, and you can see advanced if you want to select anything, you can do it. How to run this flow? I'm not doing anything. I will invoke from the process. Simply click on the save. Okay. So now, before we activate the flow, we can debug it also. You can see I have option to debug it. Let's consider for this one, now its phone valid is wrong. Okay, like false. I can just copy this record ID. If I go to this flow, I click on debug, it's a screen flow. So you can see I can give the input to this flow and I can debug what happens. If successfully I can debug, then I will activate it and then I'll see how it's happening. I pass this current record ID, I click on run. So this is an element what we have, we can see that. Okay, so you can see what happened here. In my flow started for this record ID, I successfully found record with this record ID, nothing but which was my get record. Then what happened? Then you can see here, then phone verification API got invoked. Mobile number we pass. This is showing get current record phone some 3362.70. Then it's saying in Apex we got some just an exception, unexpected character. Okay, let me see in the flow what is happening. So if you go to my Apex invocation, so what we have? So here you can see, okay, I am going to pass my current record, and in the record I have passed the phone number. Okay, I am setting my get current account record phone. Okay, and my phone verification response I am going to store in my phone verification response here. Okay, this is my API invocation from here. And if you see my API, if you see my log, it's failed in my Apex. Okay, then what is the number we have here? Okay, let me just update this number. Apex I have passed the number type they're expecting. Let's consider I'm giving my number 97156283602. So I'm just saving the record with this for now. Okay, let me check this flow now because I have like, okay, run again. Let's debug it again. We'll see what is happening. Pass my record ID, click and run. So see how debugging helps us. So you'll understand now. Oh, you can see I got my success number. So this number have some characters which didn't handle the brackets, so that data is not handled by the APIs. So if there is something you want to handle, that also will handle it. Okay, you see the get record successfully found. Then we have phone verification API call. Then we got the output as true. Then we have a decision. Then we just did the assignment. Then we update the record. Then we show my screen here. I can click finish. Now if you see this account what we had, it will be phone valid or not. Let me refresh and show you. If I go to details in the account page, you can see valid. Okay, that means I have a flow which is working absolutely fine. Then what I can do, this is my flow which is working, I can activate it because it's everything looks good. Okay, I have activated. Now next part, how I am going to use in the real time. Okay, I have a API call, I have a flow. So what we did till now, I have a third-party API for which we have written a Apex class from where I am calling this one, the REST services. Then to this Apex class to make invocable in my API, I have written another invocable method. And this invocable method I am calling in my screen flow. This part all done. And we have debugged, it's working absolutely fine. So now next what I want to do, so I want in this account record what I have, I want to make invoke to this flow. For that what I want this flow can be invoked from the action. So I will create an action, I will associate this flow and we'll see it. Okay, let me remove this all drawings. So now to do that what I'll do, I'll go to my setup, I'll go to my account object, I will create an action to put my flow. So simply go to object manager. So in object manager, go to account object because I have written the flow for the account records. Go to my button link action. Then I'm going to create a new action here. So from action, I'm going to initiate flow. So what type of action? This is a flow actions. What is the flow name you have? I have flow name called account number phone validation. Okay, account phone number validations. The name you can give. I just gave this way. So I can say the action name validate phone. Okay. If you want to put some icon, you can put also. I simply click on save. Now, once you create action, that action need to be displayed on this page. So if I open this account page, if I see the account action here, see, I don't show that one. So what I can do, I can go to my object manager of the account. There I can go to page layout. I have to add in page layout. So this is a lightning actions, the flow. So I can put my mobile and lightning action in page layout, and I can see I have one action called validate phone, and this I can bring and I can put in the Salesforce mobile and lightning experience actions. Let's see, I'm just going to keep somewhere here. Let me save my page layout. So now if you see, let me open any other account, any new account. I'll show you. Let's see, I'm opening this Jenny point. Let me set the one invalid mobile number first. Let's consider I'm going to put 971. My number is 5628366602, but wrongly I'm typing it 3. 971 instead of 5 I'm writing 3. I click on the save. So this is my number. I want to validate it. You can see there is a action called as validate phone. If I click on this validate phone, so you can see what is happening. My flow generated. So phone number this is not valid. Okay, finish. So now you can see this checkbox not checked. Let's consider I have rectified this one to 5628366602. I just say this now my account have a number which is my own number. If I click validate phone, what is going to happen? Yeah, phone number is valid number. If I click finish, then we can see phone valid checkbox got checked also. Okay, so that way we can set how this flow happened. So to understand completely again in detail, I'm just going to make a rough summary of it, what we did. We have my account record. So there I want to validate the phone number, what you can see here. For that, we have given one action, which you can see here. And from this action, I used a screen flow. That screen flow used a invocable method. That invocable method have a Apex logic to make a REST API call to the third-party application to verify my phone number. Then I got that response back, and in the flow I processed and I got my responses here. So simply you understood how we can make a API call from the flow and get the data update. Thank you. Stay tuned for such nice sessions.